Hello, love bugs. Okay, I am so stinking pumped up right now. So I talked to Christy and I said, I need to share all these things with everybody. That's how excited I am. So I just got off a training, a 2-day training with Eric Worre, Pete Vargas, and Pat Quinn. And if you know who they are, you may know who they are, you may not. Pat Quinn is one of the top leaders in teaching how to speak, really is what he is. He's a professional on how to speak. So this was like mind-blowing good. There were so many parts to it, but I mean like so many parts. This is my workbook. It's like pages and pages. But I want to talk to you guys about how to give your signature talk because I think this will literally change businesses. Okay, like it's really important to know how to tell your story, and I think that's really big too, and I think that's something that everybody can get better at. We spent a lot of time on learning how to tell your story in this training too. I mean, a lot of time. A 2-minute story. Who would have thought I was doing it completely wrong, right? So that's another thing I would like to talk about at some point. But right now I want to talk to you guys about how to give your signature talk. So what does that look like? It's basically, okay, if you want to grow, if you want to grow in network marketing, one way you can do that is by really getting good at your signature talk. Now, you can have multiple signature talks, okay? So you can have a signature talk on, maybe it's gonna be on how to have younger looking skin. Maybe you're gonna have a signature talk on how to be a mom and look great. Maybe you're gonna have do you see what I'm saying? You're gonna pick some topics that you are going to become an expert on. And here is why you wanna do that. Because when people start to look at you as an expert on something, rather than somebody who's just selling something, when you start to look like an expert, all of a sudden people are like, I want her. Oh, wow. I want him or her to come speak on my podcast on that subject. That's really great. Or I want him or her to come and talk on my page on Facebook. Maybe I could do an interview with them. Or wow, they'd be really great to talk about that subject in our town. You know, our town is a women's club and we do Zooms weekly or monthly. And wow, she would be really good talking on that Zoom for our town. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how there's all these different platforms? So what happens when you get on these other stages or platforms, if you will? All of a sudden, your network, you guys, it blows up. It's huge. Huge. Okay, so here is how you do it, all right? It's kind of like a step-by-step process. So the way you're going to draw people in is with your opening. So I'm going to use an example, okay? Say that I want to talk to people. I did this on my business page tonight, and I was like, I'm going to try this out. And I am going to educate people on how to have gorgeous, hydrated skin year-round. Because the reason I picked that topic is how many of us and how many people do we know struggle? Can I get some hearts? Can I get an amen in the comments? How many people do we know struggle with dry skin, especially in the winter? Drop in the comments. Are you dry, oily, or combo? Right? What are you? I'm like combo. I'm like oily, dry. I'm a mix, okay? But here is how you want to do it. Your opening is going to be a story. You're going to draw them in with a story. And you guys, you can do this with everything, okay? You have a story that's gonna make people go, ooh, I know what she's talking about. I relate to that topic, okay? So here is what I would do, okay? Let's pretend I'm giving my topic, okay? Have you ever gotten into bed at nights? And you know what I'm talking about. You get into bed and those feet, or your husband gets into bed and those feet are so dry, you literally can hear them. Oh, I can't even. Have you ever gone to put your makeup on and there's like flakes on your skin because your skin is so dry and you don't know what to do because it's winter time. Your skin is so dry and you just don't even know how to solve the problem. Have you ever been in that situation? This girl has, okay? So here, I'm telling my story. This is what's gonna draw people in, and you're gonna see, basically what you're gonna see is people out there, like picture you're on a stage and there's people out there and you see people going, yeah, I know what you're talking about, girl. Yep, I got you. So you're gonna see like the heads nodding, right? Okay, the next thing you're gonna do is kind of roadmap what you're gonna say, because this is gonna take people and they're gonna start paying more attention. So by road mapping, what you're gonna do is, so if you've had this issue like I have, over the next, now, however long you're gonna talk, so 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour, whatever, over the next half hour, I'm gonna give you guys my 3 top tips. So you wanna stick to 3. Once you do more than 3 tips or 3 points, people's brains just start to go. So stick to 3 tips. I am going to give you, over the next 30 minutes or 15 minutes, my top 3 tips on how to keep your skin looking youthful and young and hydrated. Would that be great? Okay, let's do it. See, okay, so now I roadmap for them. So now I'm getting into my content, my 3 points. So my first point is gonna be, you wanna know, number 1 thing, when somebody comes to me and they're telling me, girl, I started looking old overnight. All of a sudden I got these wrinkles that weren't there yesterday. I'm gonna say to them, have you been drinking water? I'm telling you, one of the number 1 things you can do for your skin is to be drinking more water. So drink more water. And on top of that, throw a lemon in that water, because that vitamin C is really gonna help with your skin's texture. So not only are you drinking water, which is great for your body, now you're getting the vitamin C from the lemon that's in your water, and you're also gonna help with your gut health. So little side note there, okay? So that is my first content, okay? My first piece of content. Now, if you're gonna do a 5-minute talk on this, it's gonna be nice and short and condensed. But the cool thing is you could take this topic and you could turn this into a 20-minute talk or a half-hour talk just by adding more information to it. So suddenly, what happens? Then I go through content. My second point, I go through my third point. Once I finish my third point, now I get into the tactical close or the call to action. This is where we're not gonna talk about our products, okay? Because if we talk about our products here, what's gonna happen? Somebody else who's watching is gonna go, ugh, I don't want her to talk on my stage because she's just gonna talk about our products. We wanna show people that we are not just selling, but we are experts at what we're doing, right? We are experts. So I can actually give a talk without sharing my products, but here is how I get people, okay? Here is how I get people to come back and talk to me. While I am talking, I'm gonna say to them, so another big thing is to use a great moisturizer. Did you know that all moisturizers don't actually moisturize your skin? Some of them do the exact opposite. I have a couple products that I absolutely love that have really helped with my skin. I no longer have that flaky stuff, but make sure you're using. So you just kind of throw that in there and you keep going along. You're not naming a product, you're not naming a company, you're just saying, I have some products that really work. So what happens here? With that, now people in their head are like, oh, she has a product that is gonna fix that issue? Oh, yay, I need to find out what product she's using, right? Without even, so by not talking about the sales piece of it, because right when we talk about sales piece, people's feathers go up or their hair goes up, you know, whatever you want to picture, they immediately go up and they're like, nee. So by not telling them, we are putting in their head, I need to find out, what is she using? She didn't tell me, I need to know, right? And the person that's watching it that thinks you are an expert on the subject and you would be phenomenal on their podcast is gonna go, wow, she just gave some really great points on an amazing topic. And guess what? I want her on my podcast because they're not gonna think of you as a salesperson. They're gonna think of you as an expert on your topic. So you have a call to action. Now, once you give your 3 points, you have your tactical close, you have a call to action. So what I say here is, if you have any further questions, you guys, send me a message. I would love to chat with you more about it. Here is where you can message me, okay? So now you're giving them a way to get a hold of you. Your messenger is gonna blow up. I'm telling you, it's gonna blow up. People are gonna be coming to you because they want to know what it is you're doing. Okay. Once you give a call to action, now you're gonna bring it back to an emotional close again. Now you're gonna be back in where somebody's gonna go, oh, yes, and they're gonna relate to you again. So now we come back in and we're gonna summarize what we talked about and we're gonna remind them about the call to action, and then we're gonna give inspiration. No matter what the topic is, you can come back with inspiration. So what could the inspiration be? You know, something like for your skin. So again, top tips are making sure that you apply your moisturizer when your skin is damp, making sure that you're staying hydrated, you're throwing a lemon in that water. If you don't love lemon, come up with another fruit with good vitamin C. Maybe it's an orange. And you know, whatever your third tip is. Then you're gonna say, because let me tell you, it is a great feeling to put on your makeup or to put on your lotion and you have that soft, baby soft skin. It feels so good. I want everybody to be able to get that feeling of great soft skin and being able to have it year round. Done. Bam. Bam. Right? So now you take that outline and you do it with every single, become an expert. Figure out, what do I want to be an expert on? What do I want my signature to be on? Whatever it is, have it be something that can relate back to your product, that you can educate on, right? Something that you can educate on that goes back to a product we have, but you're not selling it. Make sense? Can it like drop me some hearts, say what's up if you know what I'm talking about, anything? So I'm really excited about this. This stuff is, you guys, this stuff is legit. This is real, like, oh my word. So good. I mean, places where you could talk is local churches, community groups, Facebook pages, podcasts, other people's Facebook lives. There's so many places, and this is all things where if you have something you're an expert on, again, it doesn't have to be something that you're like, I went to school for this and I'm an expert. No, it's something you've studied, something you're an expert on. Maybe another topic you're gonna have is gonna be something like, I don't know, think of some other topics that you could do it on. Hydrated skin, looking younger, mom life, and looking great and having energy. Maybe you're gonna do a topic on self-esteem. Maybe you're gonna do a presentation on, I mean, there's a million different things you could do it on, right? So do that, and then here's the tricky part. Reach out to people. If there is somebody you're like, man, I wanna get on that person's podcast, or man, I would really love to share this in our community group, reach out to who's ever in charge. Or maybe there's a group you're in on Facebook, or Instagram doesn't have them, but Facebook, and you're like, reach out to the administrator of that group and say, you know, I am not gonna talk products, I'm not gonna talk anything like that, but I think this topic that I've been teaching on could really help our community. Would this be okay? Or would it be okay if I went live in our group? Or would it be okay? And then if you wanna reach out to, you know, somebody else that you think maybe they have a podcast on health and beauty or whatever it could be. And you say to them and you reach out and you say, hey, listen, I think I have this topic that I've been educating people on and I've been doing a lot of teaching on. I think this could really help your community. Would this be something that you might be interested in me sharing about? Now, they may say no. They may ignore you. They might say yes. And then all of a sudden, that whole community is now gonna come follow you, right? How crazy is that? So I just wanted to share that really quick with you guys. There's so much more we could get into with it, but I think that just this piece right here, this little piece could help you guys a ton. It's really helping me, and I wanted to share with you guys tonight. So thanks for watching. If you check this later, just hashtag replay, tag your teams in this, and I hope it gives you a little bit more knowledge on Signature Talks, how to do it, and how it can benefit you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.